Chapter 1: The Haunting Echoes. The village of Ravenbrook was nestled in a valley surrounded by dense woods, where a perpetual mist cloaked the land in an eerie embrace. It was a place shrouded in mystery, where tales of inexplicable occurrences and ghostly apparitions were whispered from generation to generation. In the heart of Ravenbrook stood an imposing mansion known as the Meer Estate, a place that evoked both fascination and dread in the villagers. Amelia Sinclair, a young and brilliant investigator with a passion for unraveling enigmatic cases, received a letter one gloomy evening. The letter bore the seal of the Meer family and was an urgent plea for help. They claimed that the mansion was plagued by restless spirits and sinister echoes that reverberated through its halls. Driven by her insatiable curiosity and the promise of uncovering hidden truths, Amelia set forth to Ravenbrook. As Amelia arrived at the Meer Estate, the air grew thick with tension. The mansion's looming presence seemed to mock her every step. Inside, shadows danced along the walls, and the flickering candlelight created an unsettling atmosphere. Amelia was greeted by the family's patriarch, Edwin Meer, a man tormented by the ghosts of his past and the relentless whispers that seemed to fill the air. As Amelia delved deeper into the mansion's history, she uncovered tales of forbidden love, betrayal, and long-buried secrets. The echoes grew louder, and she began to experience visions that blurred the lines between reality and illusion. She found an unlikely ally in Edward Hartley, the enigmatic groundskeeper, who revealed fragments of his own tragic connection to the estate. The walls seemed to whisper to Amelia, revealing fragmented memories of a past that refused to stay buried. Each whisper led her closer to the heart of the mystery, and as the layers of deceit and longing unraveled, she realized that the haunting echoes were not just of the past, but also of her own mind. Her relentless pursuit of truth began to blur her own perception of reality, and the mansion itself seemed to conspire against her. Chapter 2: Whispers in the Mist. The Meer Estate's secrets entwined Amelia's thoughts like a haunting melody, playing over and over in her mind. The line between her purpose and obsession blurred, and the mansion's chilling whispers seemed to guide her steps with an unseen hand. Edward Hartley's presence was a calming force amid the storm of echoes, and Amelia found solace in their late-night conversations. As days turned into nights, the mist that shrouded Ravenbrook grew thicker, casting an otherworldly glow over the estate. Amelia's investigations led her to discover a hidden chamber within the mansion, a room untouched by time, where an ornate mirror hung on the wall. The mirror's glass seemed to hold the key to the truth, reflecting the mansion's secrets and the shadows that dwelled within them. One fateful night, as the moon's pale light spilled through the windows, Amelia stood before the mirror. She stared into its depths, and the whispers around her grew more urgent. The boundary between reality and illusion shattered, and Amelia found herself transported to a different era, a time when the Meer family's tragedies first unfolded. In this spectral realm, Amelia witnessed the love affair between Edwin Meer and Isabella Montague, a forbidden romance that ended in tragedy. She felt the heartache of their thwarted love and the pain that echoed through generations. The mirror showed her fragments of conversations, stolen glances, and whispered promises, painting a vivid picture of a love that defied social boundaries. Amelia's connection to the past deepened, and she realized that the haunting echoes were a reflection of her own desires and fears. The mansion's enigmatic history was a mirror of her own life, an exploration of the human psyche's complexities and the fine line between passion and madness. She knew that the answers she sought lay within herself as much as they did within the walls of the estate. But with revelation came danger. The spirits that had long been confined to the mansion's shadows grew restless. The line between Amelia's reality and the spectral realm began to blur, and she struggled to distinguish between the two. Her quest for truth had become a perilous dance on the precipice of her own sanity. Chapter 3: Echoes of Truth. Amelia's world had become a labyrinth of echoes and whispers, a maze of truth and illusion that threatened to consume her. The Van der Meer Estate's history intertwined with her own, blurring the boundaries between past and present, reality and imagination. The mirror's power to transport her to another time grew stronger, and Amelia found herself torn between her quest for understanding and the fear of losing herself to the shadows. Edward Hartley, too, was ensnared by the mansion's mysteries. As Amelia's confidant and companion, he had gradually unveiled the secrets of his own past, a past that echoed the tragic tales of the Van der Meer family. Together, they pieced together the puzzle of the estate's history, uncovering hidden passages, forgotten diaries, and long-buried letters. The deeper they delved, the clearer the connection between the past and the present became. The echoes that reverberated through the mansion were a manifestation of unresolved emotions and untold stories. Amelia realized that she was not merely a bystander in this unfolding drama. She was an integral part of the narrative, a conduit through which the mansion's history was being rewritten. As the misty tendrils of Ravenbrook's woods seeped into the mansion, Amelia and Edward's bond deepened. Their shared determination to unravel the truth forged a connection that transcended time and space. Together, they navigated the shifting landscape of memories, piecing together fragments of the past to unveil the darkness that had plagued the Van der Meer family for generations. But as they drew closer to the heart of the mystery, the mansion's echoes grew more insistent, and the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred to the point of indistinguishability. Amelia's grip on reality slipped further, and the mirror's power began to consume her thoughts and senses. She found herself haunted not only by the past but also by the fear of losing herself to the enigmatic forces that bound the estate. In the midst of the chaos, a revelation emerged, a truth that shattered the illusions Amelia had clung to. The mirror was not merely a portal to the past, it was a reflection of her own mind, a manifestation of her desires and fears. The ghosts that haunted the mansion were not vengeful spirits, but the echoes of her own inner struggles. Chapter 4: Reflections of the Soul. Amelia stood before the mirror, her reflection merging with the spectral images that danced within its glass. The truth had unraveled before her, revealing the intricate tapestry of her own psyche woven into the mansion's history. The echoes that had haunted her were the whispers of her own fears and desires, amplified by the mirror's enigmatic power. As the mist cleared and the boundaries of reality began to solidify, Amelia faced the final challenge, to confront the echoes within herself and find a way to free both the mansion and her own soul from their grip. She realized that the only way to break the cycle of haunting was to untangle the threads of love and pain that had bound the Van der Meer family for so long. Amelia and Edward delved deeper into the past, unearthing the forgotten truths that had been hidden beneath layers of deception. They discovered letters between Edwin and Isabella, revealing the depth of their love and the tragedy that had torn them apart. With each revelation, The echoes in the mansion grew quieter, and the specters that had haunted them began to fade. The mirror, once a source of confusion and torment, became a beacon of clarity. Amelia understood that the mirror's power had been a reflection of her own emotions, and as she faced her inner demons, the mirror's magic waned. The mansion's walls seemed to sigh with relief, and the mist that had shrouded Ravenbrook began to lift. Amelia's journey culminated in a final confrontation with the mansion's lingering echoes. In a climactic scene, she stood before the mirror once more, confronting the shades of her own doubts and insecurities. With newfound strength, she confronted her past and embraced her present, shattering the mirror's hold over her and releasing the mansion from its grip. As the echoes faded and the mist dispersed, Amelia and Edward stood in the tranquil aftermath of the storm. The mansion, once a place of haunting, had transformed into a haven of peace. The Van der Meer family's legacy was no longer defined by tragedy but by the courage to confront the past and forge a new path forward. Amelia and Edward's connection remained unbreakable, their shared journey having forged a bond that transcended time and space. With the echoes silenced, they looked toward the future with hope, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The mansion's walls held their secrets, but now they also held the promise of renewal and redemption. And so, the story of Ravenbrook came to an end, a tale of echoes that resonated with the human spirit's capacity for resilience, understanding, and growth. The thin line between reality and madness had been traversed, revealing that the true mysteries of life often lie within the depths of our own souls.